Hi, thanks for joining me today. Are you finding it really difficult to manage the family situation when your partner's ex is so very difficult? I post every week, so subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell and I'll let you know every time I post. What do you do when your partner's ex is a very difficult co-parent to work with? This often leaves you, the step-parent, in a very outsider position because you have no real influence or power over that other person. Often, too, you don't really realise the full extent of the problem until you're committed to the relationship, because it's not until you're on the inside that you know what really is going on or the effect of it. Plus, it's often not until you've moved in does it trigger your partner's ex to start new behaviours which make it even more difficult for the co-parenting to happen well. One of the problems with this is that your partner has been trying to work with this relationship for a very long time and it hasn't worked, which is possibly why one of the reasons why that relationship will have split up in the first place. But now your partner is even further removed from their ex-partner because they're no longer together, they're now with you, and they find themselves outside of the area of influence as well. So you're only ever having to deal with what the co-parent, your partner's ex, is doing and not being able to manage it or influence it. And your partner has less influence than before because inside the relationship they were supposed to be doing things together, and now there's no pretense at that. In this position, the step-parent often gets very frustrated with the situation because it can cause a huge falling out between you and your partner. You may disagree about the way he or she is managing the situation. You would do it differently, but you have no power in the situation. So if they don't agree with you, it leads to a sort of difference of opinion, a split. So if you're finding yourself in this situation, what can you do? Well, there is a mantra that is often applied to step-parenting, and it is to know what you can change and change it, to know what you can't change and know not to try, and to know, finally, the difference between the two. Often in a situation like this, the step-parent is in a situation where they can't change at all easily what's happening. So it's much better to accept that and to work with the premise that you can't change what's going on and work with what you can change than try and get frustrated with forever changing what's going on over there with your partner and the co-parent. If you know you can't and don't have a right to influence what's going on, it can help you relax and put some space between you and what's going on. Now, that's not to say that you can't help your partner in every way that you want to. You can discuss it, write emails together, plan, take court action, go the whole way. You can fully support your partner in this. A couple of points on guidance here. Number one, put the children wherever possible first, so you don't let damage happen to the children because of the relationship between your partner and their co-parent. That's not to say that you can manage that, but it is worth keeping it high on your agenda. And secondly, not to throw your relationship away because of this. It's better to nurture yourself, look after yourself, live with what is, accept what is, and come to terms with that and be happy with that. Construct yourselves a life that means that you can live with what's going on elsewhere, even if it can be at times wholly desperate and very anxiety producing. It's a really unenviable situation to be in this. But knowing your role on the outside, helping where you can, keeping the children's priorities first, and looking after yourself are the things available to you to manage in a situation like this. We run workshops, sessions, an email response service. You can find links to our social media and website in the description box below.